Good evening, warm welcome to the program. So, we are going to see one of the important job description review. This is one of the senior position in our auto industry, which we have, which I am trying to avoid because it was not so much competitive earlier. But now you may see more such requirement in manufacturing, especially in auto domain related to EV electrical vehicle segment. So one such important requirement has come. Let us see. The idea is if you understand the job requirement, you will be in a better position and prepared to any attend the interview. That is the reason why I am conducting various review. This is live now both in LinkedIn as well as YouTube. If you want to see previous version, you are always welcome to go to the YouTube. You will see all the previous reviews. Coming basic introduction about me, my name is Patabi Raman. This is my LinkedIn profile. You are always welcome to connect or follow me. I am also present in Udemy. I am basically engineer with the MBA and a degree in data science. Nearly 2.5 decades working in these global organization, predominantly in supply chain domain. In the last two organization, I was heading end-to-end supply chain management, and currently I am heading the organization known as Thoughtware Training Private Limited. As per a certification, you should be knowing all this if you are in supply chain domain and in the job market, and also looking for a job in a multinational company, high paying job. This certification are must. These are the other certification, and nowadays you also need qualification in analytics. We are based in Bangalore, 5-year old organization. We provide both consulting and training in the field of supply chain and allied domains. Coming to the current job, it's from a consulting company which is in the HR. So this is not the actual company where they are trying to recruit. So the actual company we will see as we move forward. In fact, they have not mentioned the name of the company. What you can see here is a leadership position in supply chain and automotive manufacturing, Bangalore, East Karnataka on site. It was published 4 weeks ago in LinkedIn, and there are 93 applicants. Maybe if you are surprised why only so little applicants have done, it's not due to non-availability or at senior level, but it is the domain expertise what they are looking. Traditionally in engineering also, we are ignoring electrical engineering like mechanical and civil engineering. So the electrical engineering was shrinking till recently, but now if you want to go to electrical vehicle, that is going to take a major center view in the coming years. All automotive or even power generation is going to a unconventional way, and you need more people to handle such thing. That could be one of the reason why this number of applicants is very less. Possibly you can see they are giving a hint that their client is a Indian two-wheeler manufacturer to develop best products in electrical vehicle segment. So it's not clear they are talking about two-wheeler or four-wheeler in the future, but currently they are two-wheeler segment near Bangalore. It could be TVS or Ather or anyone else who are trying to set up. And they have also given a hint that they are venturing into four-wheel segment, possibly Ather or Ola. They are also trying to come into electrical market. Thus, for that business, they are looking for a director supply chain management for propulsion system. The position is based in Bangalore. So now, though automotive industry is very competitive, low paid, things may change in the coming years. As long as wherever you are working, try to move to electrical domain. Now every organization, whether you are in the OEM or supply field, there will be a attempt in the R&D to shift to a EV segment. So please utilize such opportunity to move, because the conventional automobile is going to disappear maybe in next 10 years. The more value you are going to gain, the sooner you are going to lift it, shift it. And do not worry about the salary at the initial stage. You have to gain some experience. And for your children or those who are studying, electrical engineering is going to be again have a rebirth. Okay, if you want an electrical vehicle, you need electrical vehicle. Unfortunately, last 2 decades it went to IT and electronics, but here electrical will be a core. Of course, you need all the control systems, so electronics may be also be required, IT may be required, mechanical may be required. This job position I have picked from LinkedIn today. I have taken it, but was posted 4 weeks ago. Number of applicants is surprising, very less, for the reason they have specifically told you should have experience in electrical vehicle segment, which maybe many people may not have. That's why this position is open for a very long time. And they have specifically said candidate with 12 years experience in heading SCM for automotive OEM apply. Okay, so they are willing to give a director supply chain management position for a person with a 12 plus years experience in OEM, which is not expected in the traditional industry. Possibly you can also expect this job to be high paid job. I could expect at least 10 million rupees as a annual compensation. Here, the problem is candidate experience in handling procurement of propulsion system must apply. So this could be one more block other than from electrical vehicle. The candidate should also have some knowledge in propulsion system. So the general expectation is, the electrical vehicle segment is growing rapidly, either two-wheeler or four-wheeler or even heavy vehicles. In Bangalore, we have nearly 500 buses running with the battery, and that's going to spread across the country. There, the critical item could be microcontroller, battery management, inverter, electrical drives. So these item may form the core, though here they are talking about propulsion system, but these are a critical item. So with a brief explanation, maybe this candidate should have good knowledge in sourcing, costing model, develop the vendor, and also monitor the vendor. That's where the KPA and SRM comes into play. Coming to the responsibility reporting to head of supply chain. So generally, the purchasing guy not expected to report to supply chain in automobile industries, but here they have redefined the organization structure. This is what is going to evolve. Earlier everything was reporting to purchasing. Now you can see all other functions are reporting to supply chain. And responsibility for development of purchasing strategy, sourcing, best in class concept, supplier sustainability, quality. So maybe sometime some of the people seeing it as a supply chain title, they might have not applied. But if you go into the detail, it's more of a sourcing profile, not actually a supply chain profile. So I feel in this transition stage, because purchasing becoming a part of supply chain is a transition, so there is a confusion among the candidate. That could also be one of the reason why less number of people are applying for this kind of a job. that need to be rectified. They can always call it as a supply chain a stroke sourcing director. Next one, collaborating R&D, finance, manufacturing. All this seems to be general coordination work, but you can see more and more of a sourcing activity, RFI, request for information, proposal, and quotation, and the process. Apart from collaboration, you should be very clear. Possibly, this is a 100% sourcing or procurement profile, though they have mentioned as a supply chain. It's a procurement profile. Those who are in those domain maybe try to apply for this job. Monitoring, analyzing, publishing updates on KPI for a chosen supplier. Developing relationship with the key supplier to ensure delivery capacity, quality, design concept. All these are function of a supplier, and also vendor development or SRM, supplier relationship management. Also the cost, you cannot separate from sourcing or purchasing. This becomes their one of their basic KPI. And they may have to work with the global vendors, because still in electrical vehicle we have a lot of things which we have to depend on foreign sources, either China or other developing countries. Tesla imports most of the battery from China, and when there is a problem in China, then everything get choked and blocked. So America may not be a source. Possibly we have to see where else we can get this battery at a lower cost. You may see even a two wheeler now, the cost is between 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh. So everything is expensive at this stage. It is not comparable with diesel or petrol vehicle for a two wheeler. Okay. Coming next, supervising supplier risk assessment, risk management, disaster recovery planning. So I have given an example of China, where most of the people depend upon not only for battery, maybe other components import. But you have seen when there is a pandemic, entire city and all logistical system is totally locked. You may not be able to get any supply. That's where the risk assessment or management becomes a part of this job. Developing cost model that can be used to calculate quick estimate. Yes, this is a part of their basic activity. Possibly when you are getting quotation from multiple vendors for different components, you should also develop a kind of cost model or library. As and when you have more data, you have to develop them into a database. Developing cost library, that's what we saw in the previous slide. A repository of knowledge input from supplier quotation and pursued answers to have capability to supply delta cost information. So digital library could also be a part of a thing. Suddenly some item you need to increase additional purchase quantity, so you always have a database globally. So if in one supplier there is a problem, you can always go to another supplier. That's where we are talking about risk management. Leading continuous development of procurement practice, that's one of the important job at senior level especially. They have also given the successful applicant. Ideally, you are an engineer with strong experience in managing procurement, and they are specifically also talking propulsion system. Possibly they already have some people who are taking care of other critical component, though propulsion is also important. But for electrical vehicle, there are other critical item which we saw initially in automotive OEMs or tier one automotive companies. Okay. So nowadays you may see such kind of a requirement may increase due to the shift from traditional automobile to EV segment. You are a leader with experience in identifying, onboarding new vendor management. All these are KPI for a electrical sourcing executive. Previous experience, especially in EV space, is a huge plus. This is what the requirement may change in the future. Okay, you have to move quickly where there is opportunity in the EV segment, whether you are in tier 1, 2, 3, or in OEM segment. From a traditional automotive manufacturing, you have to move to this segment. This is where future is going to lie. Okay, so everywhere you can see such requirement is going to grow. The salary level is expected to be high in this kind of position. So we have seen here in the case they are just talking about 12 plus year experience for a director position, possibly 10 million rupee could be a annual compensation. They have explicitly mentioned great remuneration, opportunity to be part of high impact ambitious team leadership position, and this could be dream job for many of the people, especially who are working in auto domain, provided you have this expected knowledge. For others, even if you are not applying for this job, move quickly to EV segment at various level. Maybe even if you are in entry level, please move. You may be in two wheeler, four wheeler, or heavy vehicle. It doesn't matter, because everywhere it's going to be the challenge. So the conclusion wise, it's going to be future EV segment. Possibly that could be one of the reason you have seen less than 100 applicants in LinkedIn for a period of 4 weeks. So currently the expertise is less in that segment. That could be one reason. Traditionally, this electrical engineering is ignored in the colleges and subsequent level. Now it's going to take a center place in the future. So the advice is upskill and keep moving. Any questions? You are always welcome to comment. If you are watching live either LinkedIn or YouTube, you can also note down our organization WhatsApp number if you need training in any supply chain topics, including purchasing or sourcing. We are available. So, is there any questions? Those watching live, you are always welcome to comment. Thank you. All the best. Have a nice